What's up, y'all? I'm gonna be doing a native yard walkthrough. I just bought this house about a year ago, and the yard was 95% lawn with a crepe myrtle and the remnants of a Bradford pear that fell during Hurricane Helene. So here we have Yucca gloriosa. If you look closely, those do not look serrated. It's pretty sure it's gloriosa. Got those out of a trash pile. Symphytrichum pilosum, one little flower, bloomed early this year because of the drought, but it'll probably bloom a lot more in the fall. Nice Sambucus canadensis, pokeweed, which isn't a weed in my opinion. It's a beautiful plant, good for birds, good for pollinators, and you can eat it if you boil it twice, but I've never tried it and I don't recommend it. Could be good though. This is the Xanthoxylum clava herculeum, Hercules club, or the toothache tree. It's in the citrus family and it has a very citrusy smell and flavor that will numb your mouth up. Some sort of Coreopsis. It might be a Licineata wild type, but it's very soft and fuzzy, pubescent. So it might be a different species. I don't really know. I need to key it out. I'm not the best with Asteraceae. There we've got a North Georgia candy roaster squash. Look at that. It's a massive squash. I mean, that thing's gonna even double in size before it's ripe. But Cherokee heirloom, so I figure it's native enough. And I don't mind it here. Just growing through the fence and on the fence. Laatris spicata. Got those yard-long beans. Got a Eutrochium fistulosum right there, little guy. I just planted him. Believe it or not, this is a little Silphium. More Laatris. A few of them still remaining. And it's a beautiful plant. Highly recommend it. Any type of garden, even people that like ornamental stuff, should be able to appreciate Laatris spicata. Then here we have a nice Passiflora incarnata. This is a wild selection I made of a very pretty purple flower, and you can see got a ton of passion fruit. And then Clinopodium georgianum, more Laatris. Conradina glabra right there. Rhododendron viscosum hybrid just finished flowering. Oh, nice little Stokesea. Nice little Stokesea blooming right there. That's a wild type from Florida, but it is native to South Carolina. Georgia aster. More Clinopodium georgianum. Love that plant. I think there's some push to call it Clinopodium carolinianum or something. Older name may be more appropriate, but beautiful plant, mint family, has a nice earthy smell to it, and very fresh, and it's native. So we've got Rhododendron atlanticum right here. This one stays in the wild, stays super small. I'm gonna let it get a little bigger, but it's fire adapted, so sometimes they'll only be blooming at knee high. Zizia aurea right here. There's a Blophilia. Oh gosh, that's Blophilia ciliata. I also have Hirsuta. Clinopodium brownie eye. There's a loquat. It's not native, but it's not invasive, and it produces nice fruit in early April. That is Physalis virginiana, relative of tomatillo. I got another one of these, Solidago mexicana. Was split off Solidago sempervirens, native to the coast of South Carolina, and really sempervirens goes up the east coast. Here we got some blueberries. This is Vaccinium mercenites and Vaccinium darrowi, a close relative of semi-evergreen blueberry. They turn a nice pinkish color. This is a wild type. There's a cultivar called Rosa's Blush, which I highly recommend it. I'm a fan. But you can see little blueberries. See that inferior ovary? You can see like the remainder of the little sepals right there, like with all blueberries. And I'm gonna eat them because they're delicious. Galisacea baccata right there. This is a native wisteria cultivar called Amethyst Falls. It's sterile, but I've got it growing all the way up the fence and onto the gate. Some people clown me for planting wisteria until they realize it's a native wisteria and it's sterile. So produces all the pollen and the nectar, but not gonna be invasive, which is the most important thing. Virginia sweet spire right here, Itea virginica. Any plant with the species epithet virginica is gonna be ideal. And then here is the evergreen Solidago mexicana, which is native up to about definitely North Carolina, maybe Virginia too. It stays evergreen with a little basal rosette of leaves down there. And I leave the little clover. They're okay. I don't mind them. It's supposedly Oxalis delinei, which is native. This one is sweet shrub, Calycanthus florida, nice native. This is a nice American tea olive, Cartrema americana, formerly genus Osmanthus, but they split it. Evergreen, real nice, native. Comes up to, more common in the Gulf, but it comes up through South Carolina, maybe North Carolina. Got Agastache funiculum right here. Not really native to the Southeast, but I planted it because it's pretty and it smells nice. And we don't really have too many native Agastache to this specific area, but it's pretty, and I'm sure the insects can use it somehow. Smallanthus uvidalia. These flowers are a little spent. It was hot today. Here's a nice one. Here's a nice Smallanthus uvidalia. Beautiful, beautiful flowers. And I really think it should be used more in horticulture. Here we have a Rhododendron cerulatum, and it is about to bloom, I'm hoping. That's in the Viscosum complex. Pycnanthemum beadleyi, took cuttings from a spot in the mountains. Here we've got a Monarda. It was given to me. I'm appreciative of it, but I don't know what it was or is. Purplish flowers, pinkish purple, so kind of nice. Another Stokesia right here. And then this is one of my favorites. It's a rhododendron. It's in the Minas complex. It was sold as Chapmanii. I think it's a hybrid. It doesn't have the right flower color necessarily. But still, rhododendron surviving 105-degree heat. It's pretty cool, right? Here's one of my other favorites, Melanthera nivea. Native all through the tropics, but does come up into South Carolina. These are just starting to open up, but imagine all of those little flowers open. It's just beautiful. Schizocerium scoparium right there. Look at that. Just beautiful, beautiful plant. I'm gonna divide it and put it everywhere because I love it. And native, and we need more grasses in landscaping, more native grasses in landscaping. This is a Coreopsis auriculata. Oh, yeah, you see a little auriculate lobe right there. It's a spent flower going to fruit, I guess. And, oh, another Liatris. Let's see, we got that Turk's cap. It's not native, but, you know, it was given to me, so why not? Hummingbirds can probably do something with it. It's more native to the Gulf Coast, so I don't see it as a huge problem. It's not going to be invasive. It's had a chance to get here, and for whatever reason just doesn't like it here. This is witch hazel, Hamamelis virginiana, and pretty little plant growing very fast. Then Rhododendron calendulaceum, another little beauty berry, some ornamental stuff, that tractor seat plant, Farfugium, whatever. And then we got some heucheras right here. Just a few nice heucheras. Geranium maculatum right there, Sedum tornatum, let's see, ostrich fern, southern wood fern, I think a bracken fern, an American royal fern, and a sensitive fern, which is Onoclea sensibilis. Oh yeah, and that is Viola walteri. So produces nice little blooms, viola blooms, native. Good little ground cover that I'm trying to propagate through here. Ignore the ornamental peach. It was here when I got here and I don't have the heart to take it out. It's pretty, it provides some shade for my ferns, and I don't know, it's a pretty enough plant. I'll leave it, I don't hate it. Here we've got a yellow Stokesia, beautiful yellow Stokesia right there. Cultivar, but who cares. Amorpha fruticosa, which I love. Beautiful plant, purple blooms, just love it. Let's see, this is a Phlox subulata, crabgrass coming up. I'm gonna mulch over all of this crap and kill that grass. Morbophilia ciliata, and it's kind of doing a secondary bloom right now, so that's pretty neat. And then this one is a Rhododendron carolinianum. Would you believe that plant is growing here? I started it a year or two ago, and this one's done great. I've got a couple more on the property, but I'm hoping it'll grow big and tall and produce nice pink blooms. That one's pretty much a North Carolina endemic, a little bit of Tennessee too. Then more of that Coreopsis auriculata. We've got that is a, what do they call it? Hypoxia hirsuta, and a little Rhodocarolinianum behind it. Rosemary, that's getting removed. We've got another nice heuchera. It already bloomed this year. Then more heuchera. This is a Heuchera villosa, and the Heuchera villosa is blooming right now, so that's kind of cool. And another southern wood fern. It can take the heat. Yeah, you can see on this Heuchera villosa, very, very fuzzy. Gonna zoom in. Yeah, there we go. Fuzzy little hairs on the stem. Pretty good indicator of villosa. Other species too, but villosa is most common. Here's a white Stokesia, and I love Stokesia, can you tell? Another Georgia aster. This is the purple coneflower, Echinacea purpurea. Look at those guys, beautiful. A little more yarrow. Oh, there was lightning. I might need to go in. There's a little bit of a storm coming, so we'll see if we get some rain. It might go south of us though. Anyway, Liatris, just finishing up its bloom. Eastern redbud. And I hardly water this bed at all, so it's doing really well because it's native plants. Ratibita pinnata. Oh wow, that thunder is crazy. I might have to pause the video, come back after the rain. Ceanothus americanus, more sweet shrub. This is a Fothergilla major, a beautiful little native. Amorpha nana, which is another prairie endemic, or not prairie, well I guess endemic, but not native specifically here, but I think that's okay. Then we have a Vernonia angustifolia, a narrowleaf ironweed. It's gonna bloom here pretty soon. Nice little purplish pink blooms. And we've got the Helianthus angustifolia behind it. Nice. And they're giving a little shade to Rhododendron maximum right there. That is Andropogon glomeratus right there. And we have a swamp titty, or Cyrilla racemiflora. Let's see. Solidago flexicalis, shade-loving Solidago. More of the Conradina glabra. More of the sweet spire. sensitive fern. We've got Tiarella stolonifera. It was cordifolia, but I think they've split it up, and this one's doing a little stoloniferous thing, so I think it's stolonifera. Dog hobble, leucothoe. Probably Axillaris. I bought it as Axillaris, but who knows. Rudbeckia triloba. Look at these. Beautiful, beautiful native. I don't know why this one is not used more in horticulture, but the Rudbeckia fulgida is. They're both beautiful plants, but this one grows taller, forms more flowers, and I just like it. This is a native ecotype of yarrow. The other one's a cultivar, has pinkish flowers, but this one's nice. We have then, this is the little Joe pie weed, Eutrochium dubium. But beautiful, beautiful flowers. I gotta get out of this bed. Oh yeah, the Diodia virginiana. Beautiful little weed, as they call it. What do they call it? Buttonweed or something. But I was yanking it at first, and then I thought, why am I yanking something with the virginiana in its species epithet? And so I've started leaving it, and you can see 4 petals, beautiful plant. Keeps other weeds at bay until I plant something more desirable there. Desirable in quotation marks, because I think that plant's really pretty. Coreopsis laciniata. This is a viburnum dentatum complex. I think it is scabrellum. It's from the panhandle of Florida. It was given to me by a really smart man. And this plant probably needs some taxonomic work, because the dentatum complex seems to have a lot of different little subtypes to it. Because this didn't quite fit the key for scabrellum. I've also heard it called ashii. But it's a beautiful plant, white flowers. Here we have the sea myrtle, Baccharis helimifolia. I bought it, or not bought it, it was a weed in someone's yard, and I took it and planted it because they didn't want it. And it was only about 6 inches tall last summer, and it has grown to about 7 feet. Morliatris, a nice little prickly pear, and Canada goldenrod, another viburnum scabrellum, mountain mint back there. Ignore the canna lilies, non-native. Coreopsis major complex, beautiful plant. More Blophilia, that one went and flowered pretty good this year. Viola sororia, and more of that North Georgia candy roaster. I kind of just scattered the seeds and let them do their thing. But yeah, here we have Hibiscus machutos, now in the genus Munchusia. But beautiful plant. See, it flowered recently. Then we have this, oh nice, this little guy. This is the, I'm blanking on the common name, but why am I blanking on both names now too? Probably need to get some water. It's hot and humid, and I've been outside all day. But Clematis virginiana, I was blanking. It replaced a Clematis terniflora, which is invasive here. I don't know why you would plant an invasive when we have a beautiful native that pretty much looks the same, but whatever. Rudbeckia maxima, Verbena hastata, it's blooming, nice. Baptisia albescens, there's an alba and albescens, that's alba. The remnants, the last little flowers of the Veronicastrum virginianum, and this is a blue flowered Carulium variant. Elephantopus carolinensis, Carolina something, but beautiful Elephantopus, Vernonioid subfamily, family of ironweed, and I like it. Then we have Teucrium canadense, more of that Solidago mexicana, and we have a few other things in here. Zizia aria coming up. This looks like that Ludwigia alternifolia. I might yank it. It's kind of weedy. I don't hate it, but it is kind of weedy. Tons of Clinopodium brownii through here. That one's more of a Gulf Coast plant, but it was found by a friend of mine, Daniel Payne, in Jasper County or Beaufort County, South Carolina, along the coast. So it's native. Oh, yep, Silphium laciniatum. Not doing super great. The soil might be too rich for it. It's doing better in other places where I don't water and the soil's crappy. Blophilia hirsuta right here. It just finished blooming. Oh yeah, here you can see it just finished. These were the blooms. That's more of the Agastache funiculum. And here we have an Ipomopsis rubra, the last of the flowers. You can imagine this whole thing covered in red. Everywhere you see a little seed pod. It's a biennial, so I'm gonna save these seeds when they're ripe. Hopefully it'll go to seed in my garden too. But save the seeds, start it next year, and have a ton more plants. Pycnanthemum tenuifolium, just finishing blooming. I don't see any more blooms, but that's okay because the Coreopsis rosea starts right after that. And so you go from one to the other, keep the color, and beautiful plant. Erythrina herbacea, another Joe Pye weed right here, fistulosum, I believe. Oh, Solidago speciosa. It's about to bloom. Solidago speciosa right there. Little Echinacea tennesseensis right here. That one, I did buy that one. I want to make that clear. You should never take one from the wild, especially an endangered. But this is the Tennessee coneflower. And I've got 3 of them, so hopefully I can breed it, propagate more. More Liatris. Agastache scrofularifolia next to Helianthus annuus. Got Helianthus annuus everywhere. And then this is Agastache nepetoides, which does pop up a couple places in South Carolina. I might have to go in because that storm's getting close. Let's see, wild quinine here. I've got it a few places too. And then this is a Rhododendron emulans right there, little guy. That's actually, this is a rare species, also taken ethically, I want to say, because it was given to me by a professor who was involved in naming the species and determining its range. So, or actually it was given from that professor to a professor of mine who then gave it to me. But that's Schweinitz's sunflower, Helianthus schweinitzii. This, I believe, is a Pycnanthemum incanum. Got a little alder tree, more of the small anthus. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to go inside in a couple minutes because that storm's getting close. Rudbeckia laciniata right here, Jasper County variant, also from Daniel Payne. He found it down there. Maybe a different ecotype or subspecies or something, but it has not been named, so a little bit smaller flowers than I'm used to, at least on the cultivars. But beautiful plant, and it is edible. Cherokee used it as a green, if that interests you. It's good to have it in the first place, but also has additional benefits which can help it. These are Silphium compositum seedlings. This is a Silphium compositum venosum variety. And then we've got, oh, I'm blanking on you. I know it, but I can't think of it. Australis, Penstemon australis. Yeah. Let's see, and then Clethra alnifolia, ruby spice. It's a variety. Smells real nice. Summer sweet. Clinopodium vulgare right here. It's just finishing blooming. Ruellia carolinensis right here. And Monarda clinopodia. This is a phlox, what is it, glaberrissima, I believe. I could be wrong, but it is a phlox, and you can see it's already bloomed, but it's about to bloom again. Rhododendron alstrinum. more phlox. I got a few little weird rhodos in here. Like there's a little canescens right here. And this is an Alabamense Phlammium man-made hybrid called Purple Haze. I bought it, you know, I don't love buying hybrids, but there's not many wild type rhodos that have purple flowers, so I bought it. This is a Rhododendron carolinianum white flowered form, and it grows from a very low elevation, so it's doing great here in pretty good sun. Coreopsis auriculata, again, a different variety. I think this one's called Nana. It was given to me. Then here we have a Rhododendron minus. Ignore the bucket of dirt. We'll put that in the garden somewhere else. This is a spice bush right here, a little spice bush, host for the spice bush swallowtail. And then here we have Zizia aurea again, which is a host for the black swallowtail, I believe. Great natives. This bed's a work in progress, but little Polymnia canadense. Look at those beautiful, looks like a fried egg. And it has a nice smell too, kind of citrusy. Real big fan of that plant. That is a Phlox divaricata, more Heuchera, another viscosum, Rhododendron viscosum hybrid. You can see the last of the flowers right there. This is the best looking one I've got. It smells amazing when it's blooming. It's a hybrid again. I don't love hybrids, but you know, it is what it is. It was $6 for a giant plant, so I did buy it. That is a true viscosum from a local ecotype. And here we have Rhododendron arborescens. You can see very smooth stems. That's the key feature on arborescens. And then of course, another Rhododendron, probably Calendulaceum, but you can see these stems are much hairier. And most of the rhodos are gonna have hairy stems. Let's see. Don't ignore my pawpaws. Vaccinium staminium. Solidago odora right here. Nice, earlier blooming. I have a seedling of Rhododendron eastmanii right here. Just started him. That's a Newberry County form. Okay, and we have Rhododendron canescens. I'm starting to rush through now. You can see very canescent leaf undersides, hairy, white. Rubus occidentalis right here. You can see it's got a waxy white substance on the stems. Key feature there. More Zizia aurea. That is it was given to me. That's a Phlox paniculata. And then here we have a Magnolia pyramidata that was more or less given to me by a nursery that was growing it, and they just couldn't get them to grow. I bought some other stuff, but they were like, here, take this. And it's doing okay. Another pawpaw, Physalis, not Physalis, Physocarpus opulifolia, 9-bark. And then Spigelia marilandica, it's not in bloom. Rhododendron phlammium right here. I might have to go in. Oh man. And then here we have the Elephantopus tomentosus. Oh wow. Yeah, ignore my house plants. They come out here in the shade garden for the summer, but then they're back in the house. Another Smolanthus, Uvidalia. And is there anything else of interest in this bed? Oh, we got some sort of Eurybia right here. I forget exactly what. Interrupted fern, Vaccinium tenellum. It tastes nice. It grows low-growing blueberry from the coastal plain of South Carolina and the Atlantic coast. Another Tiarella, probably Stolonifera as well. And then we have a Conoclinium colistinum, as well as a Rhododendron arborescens, not doing super great. But this is my pot garden. It's the shadiest part of the yard, and I've got a lot of cool things I'm growing up through here. Up and over. Here we have a Rhododendron Colemanii, which will be a yellow flowered form, believe it or not. Yes, there's yellow flowered Colemanii. Usually pink or white, sometimes a yellow blotch, but that is solid yellow. And then I'm growing this one for a friend. It's Rhododendron Hazel Hamilton, Flammium selection. I think the guy's wife was named Hazel Hamilton, so he named it after her. But I'm growing it for a friend who really wants it. He's gonna come pick it up when he gets over here. Pygnanthemum setosum, another coastal plain plant. Goodness. Look at this storm. Should I go in? I think it's gonna blow around me, but this is crazy. All right, I'm gonna kind of wrap it up. Fuyu persimmon, Arkansas black apple, Morpha fruticosa seedlings, a early blooming goldenrod. It's given to me as rugosa. I don't really know. It's probably a cultivar, but hey, it's pretty. Feeds the bees. And then this is my favorite, Pygnanthemum muticum. Just a boss of a plant. The pollinators love it. This thing's swarming. Even now with the storm coming, you can see some wasps on it. And they don't sting. That's the four-spotted wasp. We're at a bit of Pineda again. There is a Dahlia purpurea in here somewhere. I did buy that. It's not native exactly here, but it's pretty, so just wanted to see it. There's a peach, Symphiatrichum laterifolium, calico aster, and then we got more pilosum right here. Coreopsis major complex again, just going off. I mean, really, really going off. And then Helenium amarum. What are they? Some dumb common name like sneezeweed, I think. What a dumb common name. It doesn't make you sneeze. It's insect pollinated. Why do you call it that? It should be a beautiful annual in everyone's garden, but they called it sneezeweed, and nobody wants sneezeweed, and nobody's going to remember Helenium amarum for some reason, even though it's not that hard to remember. Okay, we're back on the other side of the passion flower fence right here. It's a nice passion vine, more of that North Georgia candy roaster. Serviceberry, we got a serviceberry, and then this is a Autumn Brilliance. It's a hybrid between Laevis and Arborea, both natives, but it does a little bit better against that cedar apple rust, so it's all right. Let's see, we got pink lemonade blueberry. Here's my basil garden. Come pick it and use it in caprese salad or stir fry or whatever. Premier blueberry, then another North Georgia candy roaster squash, Brightwell blueberry, powder blue blueberry, collard greens that I'm letting go to seed. I love collards, I guess. Some people don't, but I love them. Here's a Pygnanthemum, is it Virginicum or Virginianum? I think it's Virginicum, but beautiful, beautiful pollinator plant. I like Pygnanthemums, they're fascinating to me. Did I mention this blueberry? It's the same as one before. What are we? Yeah, powder blue. It was on the clearance rack at Lowe's, so I grabbed it. Blackberry, it is a thornless variety. Another blueberry, can't remember. It's one of those, I think it's Climax blueberry, but yeah. And big Amorpha fruticosa, another Stokesea, Pygnanthemum flexuosum, kind of wrapping up its flowering time. And then we have Monarda didyma. This is it right here. Great smell, hummingbirds love it. Oh yeah, here we go. There's a couple of nice red flowers. Imagine when all of these stems have red flowers just about a month ago. But it's reblooming. Nice peppery smell. Really like it. Then here we have a Fothergilla Milleri. I believe the cultivar is called Redneck Nation. Highly recommend buying it. Beautiful plant. I could go on about Fothergilla taxonomy, but it's a diploid species. The Fothergilla major is hexaploid, and then there's also a tetraploid. Ignore the carrots. They're just garden carrots, not the invasive Queen Anne's lace. And then here we have another Rubus occidentalis. Now that one's a wild type. I took a little cutting and a rooted cutting and grew it. Amsonia tabernaemontana amongst yet another Stokesia. Can you tell I like Stokesia? And then we've got this Calicarpa americana, beautyberry. Another beautiful plant. It was a weed in my lawn, and so I saved it and put it over here. But yeah. Oh wow, another bolt of lightning. Back to the wisteria. Pretty little plant. Bees love it. I love it. But everybody's freaks out when they see wisteria, as they should, because the Asian varieties, which is a complex hybrid going wild, they are aggressive and they are bad. Don't plant that one. But I guess we'll wrap up with a nice little video of this Passiflora incarnata. Or maybe a view of the storm, which does seem to have gone around me. And this is just the backyard. I do have a front yard, but it's not really done yet. Not that this is, but it's in a rough shape. But yeah, this is my native yard. Oh, hang on. Can't wrap up without looking at the pond. I dug this pond and got pickerel weed in there, as well as the native Canna flaccida, and then some Gambusia, the mosquito fish. So I know it's dirty. I haven't built the filter yet. For now, it's in a stasis while I wait for winter so I can do more work out here, because I don't like digging. Digging in the 100-degree heat. And there's more to my yard that I didn't show. Like I didn't show my cactus garden because it's in disarray, and different little beds that haven't been really made to look semi pretty. But yeah, now that storm's coming, so I'm gonna duck inside.